Investing News Network. I'm Gabrielle Custa here at the Bloom Burton Healthcare Investor Conference in Toronto. Today I am speaking with Ali Tehrani from Zymeworks. He is the president and CEO of the company, and Neil Klumpus, the chief financial officer also of Zymeworks. Thank you for both of your time today.
Thank you. It's our pleasure.
Now, Zymeworks has had a lot of exciting news coming out lately, specifically announcing partnerships. Would you like to elaborate on how these are affecting the company?
Yes, absolutely. So, Zymeworks is an innovative company that is focused on the research and development of next-generation multifunctional biologics. To do that, we've developed a lot of tools, and we're using those tools to also build a deep pipeline. Along the way, a lot of interest has been generated in our tools. So there are a lot of pharma companies that are going, well, we like where you're going with your own pipeline, we like what the research that you're doing, and we like how you're doing it with your own tools. Can we get access to those tools? Can we have a shot at building therapeutics ourselves with your tools? And we've established 6 partnerships, all of which are active with the likes of Merck, GSK, Celgene, Eli Lilly, Daiichi Sankyo, and most recently Johnson & Johnson, where they see our tools, they see our platforms, and they say, listen, can we get a license to it? And we've been extremely lucky and very proud of the fact that we've only provided non-exclusive licenses to these tools, meaning we could do more deals, meaning we have diversification in the sense that they can compete with each other, but they could also work on different things. And we've never offered exclusivity, which frees our hand and leaves our hand free to develop our own wholly owned therapeutics for our own pipeline. So our tools are a centerpiece of what we do. It comes back to our core competency, which is protein engineering. And that protein engineering has given us the ability to be a leader in the space of multifunctional biologics.
Thank you. Now, what I'm seeing a lot with these licensing deals is it's really good sign for investors to know that so many companies are showing so much confidence in Zymeworks, but you're almost doing more licensing than you are working on your own pipeline. Do you want to explain why?
Right now, that's how it may appear that we're doing more licensing than we're doing on our pipeline, but in fact, the reality of it is we have 165 plus employees, and only a small portion of those employees are working on these collaborations. In fact, the majority of that small portion are just BD staff and legal staff that are working on contracts. In terms of research and development, the majority of our team is focused on our own preclinical pipeline and clinical pipeline, where hopefully in the fall, we will be lifting the curtain on the preclinical programs we've been working on kind of in stealth mode, and we will be showcasing that to the world on what will be next going into the clinic as a wholly owned set of programs that are the resultant of our tools and are the future of the company. So our partnerships do not take any bandwidth from us. They are essentially tech transfers. All of the monies we've received essentially could be viewed as revenue. None of that money is spent back on these partners. All that money, that momentum, goes into generating next generation biologics, multifunctional biologics that are wholly owned by Zymeworks in terms of preclinical and clinical assets.
Thank you. Now, in the coming year, in your outlook, we can see a lot of the big milestones, but what are you most excited about that investors will equally be excited about for milestones with the company this year and for 2019?
Great. In terms of milestones, we are very excited about the upcoming ASCO conference, the American Society of Clinical Oncology in Chicago. That will be in the first week of June. We're thrilled and we're honored that we were selected for an oral presentation where the data for ZW25, our lead program, clinical program for breast cancer, gastric cancer, among other types of HER2-expressing cancers, will be presented orally by a lead investigator from MD Anderson. ASCO is a conference for doctors by doctors. And for us to have an opportunity to tell the ZW25 story orally is fantastic because it will showcase to the world where the program is and the program is headed as a wholly owned clinical program. After that, we're also very much excited about the next program that will be going into the clinic this year. That is ZW49. That is a bispecific antibody drug conjugate. Extremely excited for that program, especially in HER2 intermediate cancers, breast cancer, gastric cancer, other forms of solid tumors. And then we're also excited about one or more of our partners, as we just discussed in terms of tools and platforms, taking one or more programs into the clinic this year as well, which will trigger milestone payments, which will be additional validation. And of course, again, going back to deals and the discussion we were having, we do deals. We're great at doing deals as part of our DNA. So more deals could be possible. We're definitely having a lot of discussions, so we'll see if they materialize this year. So data, deals, hopefully more cash, and the opportunity to showcase what else we're working on. Again, that preclinical pipeline, which should come in the fall.
Perfect. Now to touch on a little bit more of the ZW25, there are other companies also working on therapy specifically for the HER2. Now, how is this candidate different from other companies?
Fantastic question. First and foremost, there's an easy way to answer that question, and that comes back to ASCO. Right now, to the best of our knowledge, only 2 companies in the HER2 space in the earlier stages have been selected for an oral presentation, and that is Zymeworks and Daiichi Sankyo. Yes, the field is extremely competitive because the need in breast cancer and gastric cancer is so great and unmet. So being in a competitive field is a good thing because for the investors, it shows that there's demand. Also, being in the lead group of the pack is a great thing, as supported by the ASCO selection committee in terms of the oral presentations, and Zymeworks being one of them, and Daiichi being the other. As one analyst puts it, basically puts us in the contender stage. So we feel like our data is robust. We feel like our data will tell the world why this therapeutic program is going to be able to help patients. One of the things that is known about us, or should be known about us, is that we're truly focused on finding ways to send patients back home. Cancer affects families, cancer affects all of us. And to have the ability with a program like ZW25, as it would be showcased at ASCO, to show that you can help patients, you can put a smile back on their face and get them out of hospitals and send them back home is a tremendous honor. And we feel like we're doing that. We feel we have a lot more to do. And this year will be a year where more data will be coming out, differentiating data, competitive data, and data that shows the breadth and the potential of the asset.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Now, again, this is Gabrielle Custa with the Investing News Network at the Bloom Burton Healthcare Investor Conference in Toronto.